Good morning, welcome back to the Rotary Go channel. A bit of a weird start to a video for once, but it's absolute pitch black and winter is well underway. It's raining, it's cold, it's dark, and that's what we call home here in the UK. So if I do the intro here, I'm literally just going to get ready and I'm off to work, grab all my lunch and belongings and things like that. But yeah, had a good weekend, hope everyone else has. I know this is Tuesday, but Monday for me, so hopefully you'll gonna have a good week. Hopefully I am too. Not sure what we're getting up to today, so jump in the car, head to the yard, and I'll see you there. Was well and truly on my way to work, almost there, and just realised that I forgot my climbing kit from Saturday, so back home we go. Off to work. Right, we're at another day rate trimming, and plenty to be getting on with, and the weather is horrific, so nothing better to do than back on, get trimming. Right, the lower section of this hedge is done, so I'm going to jump up to the side and the top, and then try and do the top of that one over there, but it's got some tight knit area to trim up, so it might be quite tough, but time lapse up. That one's done, that one's done. So many more to get on with, so I'm not going to bore you with the same old trimming. Going to crack on through a little bit, and then we've got a fun one to jump on. Say fun, just got a hedge to do out the front, but we do it off the top of the van, so check back in with you when we get to that. Right, just stopped for some lunch, back to work now. We've got this little bit behind me, and then the front boundary hedge, which we'll be doing off the top of the van, so I'm going to get this little patch done, and then I'll show you what we'll get up to over in the work. And we're done. We're done trimming. It's a little bit of an early finish, so cannot complain. Got some bits to be getting on with this afternoon. Got to go take a look at the tree for tomorrow and go get a new harness. So see you at Honeypot. And we're done. Sorry, I didn't film while I was in there. Didn't really feel like getting all these people on camera. It was quite busy, but what did I go for in the end? Rope. The exact same I've had for the past 4 or 5 years. Current Squire V2 in the brightest colour I could possibly get. May seem cool when you're starting to have all black and dark coloured kit, but coming from a man with plenty of unfortunate events with having ropes cut and chipped, bright's better. Doesn't pay to look cool, so practical, not good looking. And I've got the new tree motion. I went for the Essential in the end because it's actually quite noticeably lighter, and I've got the Tree Motion Evo. It came out 4 or 5 years ago. It's just about to go out of date in December, and I don't think it'll pass Lola. My bridge, one of my 2 bridges, so it is safe to climb on, but I don't think it'll pass Lola, and there's no point paying to get it Lola'd when I'm gonna have to replace it in December anyway. And I don't have a receipt, so I have to just assume that at some point in December, 1st of December, was the day I bought it. Because these older harnesses only have a 5-year lifeline, and I'm not sure about the new ones, but plenty of years left. And I don't know if anyone else has it, but you know when you're climbing around and throughout the weeks and months, you have like your leg loops get slightly loose, and like every busy tree surgeon, you're just in the bag, back in the side box until you need to use it the next day and the next day and the next day, until you've got like 5 seconds in the morning and you go, you know what, take a couple of minutes to readjust it. With these, they don't have clips, which the Pro version did. It was £100 more, not like the boss was, you know, thank you. Well, he has to pay for it, but thank you to the boss. He was paying for it. So the money wasn't really the deciding factor, but it's so much lighter because it doesn't actually have any of the, I know Tough Burger, Tree Motion have done this before, but that is your like where you would have like one of those Cobra clips, like my old harness has. So yeah, it literally is the exact same harness that I've always had. Apparently this hardware isn't as good, but if it starts getting all crappy and dodgy, that's what we've got Lola for. That's, you know, it'll fail if it fails, and is what it is. But being quite a cheap harness and still Tough Burger branded, I didn't really care for the hardware, to be honest with you. I don't really care about any of that stuff. What I care about is what's good for my body and what hurts in a tree. And I've noticed that with these leather strapped back plates, although this one still very rigid, is very similar to my old one, the Tree Motion Pro Evo, I don't fucking know what you call them. Very similar to that one. So I noticed when I first started climbing, I had a Petzl Sequoia, and naturally progressing, I was using some bigger saws and trees. It really hurt my back, and you know, when you're younger, you take a bit longer in the tree, you're not quite as efficient, so spending unnecessary time in the tree with a big saw, and then later on necessary time in a tree with a big saw, I noticed that the harness, the fabric started to sort of fold over and not be quite as rigid, and then it just started to be painful on my hips. So luckily that harness failed and decided to go for, I didn't like the idea of the big bulkiness of the Tree Motion, but everyone had them and raved about them, and I thought, look, if I'm going to buy something, I might as well buy the best thing possible. And prior to this harness, I've always bought them on my own kit, whether I've worked for, being employed, self-employed. I just like the idea of having all my own equipment, and probably back then with the idea that if shit hits the fan, I can always take all my kit and go work for someone for a day's money, no matter what. But now I have no intentions of ever leaving this company, and I'm pretty happy. I thought, you know what, take the opportunity to be an employee and get a harness. And so yeah, I went for the Tree Motion. Everyone was raving about that DMM Kenesis or Kensis, but they're like £600 for something very similar. And I don't want an adjustable bridge. I don't know why everyone loves them. I think it's all the, I wouldn't say nerds, but there's some kit whores out there, and I've been known to whore some kit, be a bit of a magpie myself, but I just don't feel like there's a need to ever adjust your bridge. You know, I want mine as tight as possible, but they've been doing it the way they've done it for years with the bridge, so I'm happy with the length they've got it. So, but yeah, that was my choice. I'm done now, gonna lock up. Guys have already headed off, and that's me done for the day. So hopefully you've enjoyed my first day back to work after the weekend, and hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Hopefully everyone's had a good week. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I shall see you in the morning.